Hello, what's going on everybody? This is Maya and Jay, and what I'm going to be showing you today is the review video of the LG G3, and it's going to be a brief one, and that's because we know that there's plenty of reviews out there about the LG G3. Well, basically what I'm going to be giving you the most here is going to be my personal opinion about this phone. And we know that this device is running the Snapdragon CPU 801, which is clocked at 2.5 gigahertz. It does have 3 gigabytes of RAM, and here at the very front we're going to see the Quad HD display, which is 5.5 inches, and the resolution of this phone is going to be 2560 by 1440. Now, what interests me more about this device was, of course, the RAM and also the memory. I think is much more useful than on the Samsung Galaxy S5 having 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of internal memory. Was a little bit tough for me, especially since I do download some applications that do require more space, and that was one of the reasons that I decided to choose the LG G3 over the Samsung Galaxy S5, which here I have my wife's phone. And we can see that the phone already, of course, has been repaired by me. She cracked it not too long ago. But this device, you know, for the most part, it's a very nice phone. And I'm going to show you why this device is also very nice depending on what kind of user you are. Now, first, let's go through the physical aspects of the LG G3. And here on the sides, we're not going to have pretty much any buttons. At the very bottom, we're going to have the 3.5mm headphone jack together with the microphone. And here we can see the charging / data port. On the very side, we're not going to have any buttons as well. On the very top, you're going to have the IR blaster with the secondary microphone. And then on the very back is where we're going to find the 13 megapixel back camera together with the sensor autofocus. And we're also going to have a dual LED flash with the volume rockers up and down and the power button. Now we can see here we also have the LG logo, and here at the bottom we're going to have the T-Mobile logo. We also see here the loudspeaker. Now the loudspeaker is pretty nice. I did test it already and I was quite impressed by it. Now here at the very front we're just going to have the LG logo. We don't have any physical buttons. It's just going to be all the buttons are pretty much going to be on the screen itself. As we can see here, we had the menu key, we had the home key, and also the back key. Now I do like it because when it comes to gaming and also watching movies or videos, they do disappear. So that was actually my main concern here. It was whether or not they were going to disappear. And here I'm going to show you a perfect example. Let's say we open YouTube. So we go here to my uploads and let's just play the last video. I'm going to show you how the device actually disappears the menu key, the home key, and the back key. So let's just skip this ad. And here we can see that just about now it did disappear them. So the same thing happens when you're playing games and whatnot on this phone. As I mentioned on the unboxing, my second concern about this phone was going to be the battery. Now, even though the battery does hold very well and is all depending on the use that you're going to put on the phone, I did find out that I had to sacrifice the brightness on the screen versus the Samsung Galaxy S5, even though it's only a 2800 milliamp battery and this one has a 3000 milliamp battery. I have it on full brightness, but that's because I'm at home. But of course, when I'm at work, I cannot do that, especially if I don't want to bring the charger with me, which I think is very inconvenient. You know, I had to sacrifice the brightness to at least 60%, so that way I can go throughout the whole day without having any interruptions on the battery. Well, also, I found out that after doing the Antutu test benchmark, for some reason this specific model that I got from T-Mobile, it's only giving me about 31,000 score. Now I don't know if that could be maybe a software glitch, or if that could be maybe that this phone is defective. I'm not quite sure yet, but here we can see the score that I got was 32,871. And when we go here to details, here is all the score that I got. And I've seen other videos before, and the Antutu test benchmark was a little bit better than this. And when I did the test, I made sure that all my tasks were killed, no apps were open on the background, so I really don't know why I got that score. Now also, this device on the very back, we're going to see, or at least what I happen to believe, is that it does have the wireless charging capabilities, as we can see here. Now I could be wrong, because on the video that I saw from Styler, the connector has 4 pins or gold pins here on the back. But here we can see some sort of pin connector, so this could be or could not be. I don't have the charger as of right now, but here once again we can see and confirm that it does have the 3000 milliamp battery. And right now I just hooked up my old pictures for my Samsung Galaxy S5, and the camera is just absolutely amazing in my opinion. Again, this is all based on my personal opinion. I think that this device does have a better camera than the S5, and that's because when I took pictures on some of the occasions, I had a better focus on this phone, and I think that has to do with the laser focus that we have here, which is a new technology that was implemented by LG, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So here I'm just going to open the camera so that you guys see what I'm talking about, and here I have my little Android, and we're going to go ahead and focus it through the picture, and we can see how fast it is. And I might be providing some samples, and as a matter of fact, right after this video, I'm going to do a 4K video test of this device. And this is the dual mode, which basically you can use your back camera and also the front facing camera to shoot pictures. Now this is a feature that we've seen many times before, but at least we can see it once again here on the LG G3. Now if we switch the camera around one more time, you can see here that we have many more modes on the back camera. We have the panorama option, we have the magic focus, we have the auto, which is the one that I have right now as a default, and we also have the dual, which is basically the same thing except with the front facing camera. So overall, the quality of the camera I think is absolutely phenomenal on this phone, and like I said before, the Wi-Fi reception does work very well. Also the signal reception, I have no complaints whatsoever. Now we know that these are things expected from this device. Now I heard that many times before, you know, that the actual battery of this phone is kind of crappy, and the reason I say that is because you have to sacrifice once again your brightness, and I think that's something that you shouldn't do, especially with a phone that has such a nice display. Now here I have my little new scale just to compare weight wise. I think right now it's in grams, as you guys can see, and here it is about 150 grams. And we can see that the Samsung Galaxy S5 is about 144 grams. Now some of the things that the Samsung Galaxy S5 had that worked great, now I barely used them, was the heart rate monitor. Even though it is a great technology to have in it, this is great for people who do a lot of sports or do a lot of exercise. I'm not into it right now, so for me the heart rate monitor was just useless. Also on the very front we have here the fingerprint scanner. We know this is a home button and a fingerprint scanner at the same time. Now to be honest with you guys, if I did use it about 2-3 times, it was a lot. I didn't use it at all. Now another thing I'm gonna go ahead and test, and I know this is something that it could be a little awkward, but it's gonna be the Bluetooth. So as you guys can see, I haven't paired with it as of right now, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the Bluetooth, and we're gonna read or search for devices so that you guys see for yourself that it does pair quite fast. And I think right now it's reading it as a audio device. So let's see if we do pair to it what happens, and we can see that yes, it read it already, and it says Bose Mini SoundLink. So if we tap on it, let's see how long it takes before it pairs with the device. So I'm just gonna make a quick silence here. And as we can see, it was quite fast. It took just a few seconds. So I'm very satisfied with the overall quality of the Bluetooth on this phone. And again, it is expected, it is a smartphone, so it must have a nice Bluetooth. So we can see it is working perfectly well. Let's pause it, and the reaction time is also very fast. So there we can see that the Bluetooth is working very well, and also I found that the back loudspeaker is pretty nice. There we can hear that the back speaker is quite loud, and once again, I don't have any complaints whatsoever. Another thing I want to talk to you about is about this case that I got for this device, and it's called Rinky Slim. And I paid about $8 for this specific case, and it came with a screen protector, and as you can see, it came out to be very nice. And this case is very slim, and I think it does look very stylish. Here we can see that it doesn't take that design away from the device. And what I hate about many cases out there is that when they make it bulkier, I know that yes, it is safer and it is much better for the device, especially if you drop it. Now I still don't like it, as I barely drop my devices, and if I do drop it and break it, well, so be it. I can fix it and I can get a screen replacement, but I just can't deal with making my device bulky, and for that reason I prefer slim cases. So for those who want to know, I got this from eBay, and I might be providing the link below so that you guys check it out. Another great thing about this phone is that here we can see on the notification, we can see we have this quick toggle where we can enable the remote control, and it makes it much easier to access it. We also have some other features here, like the quick memo, which basically we click on it and we can actually draw on the picture and write a comment, and then you can save it, and it will actually save that background that you had before. It's like a screenshot, but of course with your own notes. Also, another thing is that I had questions on how to take a screenshot on this device, and it's no different than any other Android device. We know that we don't have the buttons here on the side, so basically you hit the home button and the volume rocker down at the same time, and it should take screenshot for you, as you saw right there. Well guys, I think I went through everything on this phone, and if you do have any questions, please make sure to comment below, like the video. I'm gonna be bringing some very cool devices very soon, so make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.